Money Radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hello and welcome to the game show that everyone will be talking about. What's your Social Security benefit? Hello, I'm your announcer, Don McDonald, and on today's program, we'll ask you 13 questions about Social Security. And if you get them all right, well, you're smarter than most Americans. And as this is a podcast, if you'd like to play along at home, all you need to do is pause your podcast and grab a pen. You remember pens? And a piece of paper. You remember paper? And answer these questions, true or false. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here's your host, Tommy C. Cock.
Thank you, Don. Really appreciate that. Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that warm welcome, which is more clapping than I normally get before one or two people. Okay, so here's what you're not going to win, okay? You ready? You're not going to win a Talking Real Money t-shirt, those beautiful Stay Calm and Retire Strong red shirts. No, that is not going to be yours. You're not going to win a Retire Strong, Stay Calm and Retire Strong coffee mug, those beautiful red mugs. And you're also not going to win what is behind door number 3. Ain't going to happen.
But one or two could be yours. Turns out, Mass Mutual, our friends at Mass Mutual, an insurance company that we don't like talking about that much, but we have to since they paid for the poll, polled about 1,500 people with a 13-question quiz on Social Security and found that 65% of Americans between 55 and 65 failed the quiz.
That's a bit shocking. It isn't. It isn't. There's a lot of quirks to Social Security. At the end of the day, the most important question still is when to claim. Here's the problem, because I just studied this again for a recent class. It's still about a third of Americans who wake up at age 62 and take Social Security, which frankly is tragic because most of them are going to need it for a long time into the future, and they've locked in a lower benefit. So there, I'm giving one away right before we even start the questions. How about
I got to tell you, then what's even more tragic is that only a tiny fraction of that group will actually take this quiz.
Very few, probably. Good point.
So are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm
ready. All of you at home ready for your quiz? Question 1.
Yes.
These are true or false questions. No multiple choice. Well, multiple choices. A, true. B,
or
false.
Yes.
What? Yes.
Okay,
No, yes.
All right,
here.
Backing you up on this one.
Here. Number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
In most cases, if I take benefits before my full retirement age, they will be reduced for early filing. True or false?
Thank you for asking that, but I think I just discussed this mere seconds ago, and the answer is true. Thank you. That's right.
Some people may not have been paying any attention to you, so they might have still gotten it wrong.
If you take it before full retirement age, you get less, substantially.
So what's our next question there, Tommy?
The next question. That means I got to find the next question.
I'll
if
give
I'm
it to
receiving
you.
you want to go? Okay, please do. Yep.
You can answer the questions. You be the audience.
Okay. Oh,
we just decided
every one of them.
Now.
All right, I'll probably get some wrong. Okay.
If I am receiving benefits before my full retirement age and continue to work, my benefits might be reduced based on how much I make. True
that
or
is
false?
also thank you. Sorry for the interruption. That is T is in Tom, T is in true. That if you do that, you're going to you pay some of it back. It's tragic. People still think I just want to get my benefit at 62 while I'm still working. That generally is not a good idea. So true on that one.
Number 3, if I have a spouse, he or she can receive benefits from my record, even if he or she has no individual earnings history. True or false?
That is true, and I believe that's what led to my second marriage. So, I hope she's not listening. Anyway,
doing my Ed McMahon laugh. Johnny, you're
really
so
appreciate
fun.
that. Yeah, I'm hilarious. In his case, I think it was 4. I'm only on 2, so I'm not even nearly as prolific as Johnny Carson. nor others we know in the financial services sector. So anyway, the answer to that is true. Yes, it can be based on the other individuals.
You're doing really, really well on this.
Thank you. That's 3 for 3, man. All right.
Okay, this one's going to be a toughie.
This is tough.
This is a toughie. If I have a spouse and he or she passes away, for those who don't know what that means dies, I will receive both my full benefit and my deceased spouse's full benefit. Tom, true or false?
So you think you're saying you get the continued benefit that you were getting, and then the other person,
and both. It is a windfall.
Well,
boy, did you want to kill that spouse off?
Do you ever? And this is also a method of recommending polygamy. I mean, just get married more times, right? Because those people die, you keep getting the benefits. The answer to that would
knock off
be
your spouse so you can be on a future Dateline episode.
Oh God, please! This is false. You get one or the other.
Wow.
You get one or the other. That is true, but not both. Sorry, sounds good, but it's like chocolate cake. You get that piece that piece. You can't take both of them.
Best laid plans. I got to move on to something else.
Good.
Next question. Generally, if I'm in a same-sex marriage, there are different eligibility requirements when it comes to Social Security retirement benefits. True or false?
I wasn't sure on this, but I'm going to say false.
False is the correct answer. Ding, ding,
okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you.
I don't have a bell, so I'd have to go.
It's a little tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Same deal applies. It's all the same. All right. This is number, I think, 7. The money that comes out of my paycheck for Social Security goes into a specific account for me and remains there earning interest until I begin receiving Social Security benefits.
Aren't you going to say the true or false
True or false?
Okay, listening to that question, you got to listen carefully and then think, what planet are you living on? The answer to that is capital F, as in the grade you're going to get if you get this wrong. False. Absolutely no way.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
No, because it's insurance. It's insurance.
Yeah,
it's a pool of money.
It's designed to be. That's correct.
Yeah. And then we started living a long time, and that messed everything up. Under current law, Tom, true or false?
Yes.
Social Security benefits could be reduced by 20% or more for everyone in 2035.
Under current law, Social Security benefits could be reduced by 20% or more for everyone by 2035.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of caveats there. I'm going to go with true on that one. Could be.
Hold on, I got to check.
Sure. Could be.
All right, I'm checking. I wasn't at number 6. I was at the wrong number. So I have to check and make sure. Because I'm pretty sure you're right.
It could be.
I don't want to get it wrong. So it's true. That is true. That is true, Tom.
It could be, because by 2035, they're saying there's going to be not enough money to pay everybody. So I personally think that'll be resolved at least the week ahead of time. Like they do everything in Congress. So
yeah, you mean kind of like
5-6 hours
debt
ahead
ceiling thing.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. Bing,
we'll
bing,
be talking
bing.
about soon.
Sure.
Well, then you're going to love this one. Because I don't see how you can't. Some people might miss this one, but you won't. If I file for retirement benefits and have dependent children 18 or younger, they may also qualify for Social Security benefits. True or false?
That is true. Absolutely true. And I know that because I could file for Social Security and I have a dependent under the age of 18. We could both get some money. Not going to happen, but we could do it.
Which is why Tom is leaving the show this Friday.
This is it. Filing,
going into
give
retirement.
Me more money. Yeah,
oh, you're not FRA yet. You better not.
No.
See, then you'd be violating your own rule.
My own rule says I'm waiting until age 70, so still a ways off.
Not as far as you think. Just remember.
Trust me.
Remember. Just think back at how quickly the last 3 years have passed, Tom. Think back.
That is hard to imagine, but yes, I will. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna. Oh, this one you'll definitely know. If I get divorced,
oh please,
I might be able to collect Social Security benefits based on my ex-spouse's Social Security earnings history. True or false?
That is sadly true. But remember, there's a couple of conditions. You would have had to have been married 10 torturous years. Anyway, I'm talking because we're talking about the previous. And they're going to check to make sure those were 10 awful. Anyway,
it's required by law that those be miserable years.
They're going to check it out, make sure. And the ex-spouse cannot have remarried.
Right.
You remarry, you don't get the money.
Little qualifier.
Caveat. So
now, a lot of people who may have been living under a rock might get this one wrong.
Oh, okay.
Here's the question: Under Kirchen,
yes, sir.
I don't know what language. I'm speaking in tongues now. Under current Social Security law, full retirement age is 65, no matter when you were born. Darn it! True or false?
That is so. Can I say it? Effing false. I don't know. I couldn't help myself. Come on, really?
Forking
First of
false?
all, yeah.
Fudging
people
false?
know who are in their 60s, the age is moving up for full retirement age to 67, which it will be before. I think mine's 66 and 10 months or something.
Or 10 months. Yeah,
something
mine
like
was
that, yeah.
66 and 7, I think.
But pretty soon, for people born like 1961 and later, it's going to be 67. That's it. That's full retirement age is going to be that. So that would be false.
All right. Well, you're doing so well today.
Thank you.
So far, actually, you even though a couple were guesses, you have an A on the quiz. So no pressure on the next 3 questions.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
If I delay taking Social Security benefits past the age of 70, I will continue to get delayed retirement credit increases each year I wait.
Wait,
so why don't I just wait until 80?
Wait till 80. You're really going to get a big benefit for about 2 weeks.
True or false?
Come on. That's false. You can't. There's no reason to wait till one day after. Actually, you should start working on it before you're 70. Take it at age 70. That's as much as you're going to get. So sorry.
Okay, I got to put that on my calendar then, so I don't forget.
Circle the date, which for you is coming up
3 years
much quicker.
3 years from summer. 3 years from this summer.
Your birthday's coming right up there.
Oh, please don't remind me. I'm trying to forget I have those. 2 questions remain.
This is
Only
it.
2 questions. Yeah. So we're down to the wire. Tom has a perfect score to date.
So good. So good.
But the next question could be a stumper.
Yeah.
Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax just like withdrawals from a traditional IRA. It's a tricky question. True or false?
You know, I initially thought this was true. But here's the truth. Here's the truth about the answer. I went and asked one of our planners.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I cheated. I did. Because I was so
Tom is disqualified from the game.
That's it. I'm out.
He gets a red card. He's sitting on the bench.
I'm out. No, you got to leave the stadium.
Oh, you got to leave the field. Oh,
yeah, you got to leave the
field.
field.
Leave the field to play.
So, yeah, that one is false. Sorry to say.
Where do kids go when it's like, 5th grade soccer?
If it's a high school game, you get to stay there on the bench. If it's anything else, you got to, I don't know where they send you to, the penalty box. So that's false.
To the naughty step. They put them on the naughty step.
Way up high.
All right.
So,
there's one more.
Okay. Oh, dang it. I was
one
hoping.
more.
Yep.
There's a tricky trick to it thing. I'm starting to sound like one of the characters from Succession. Tricky trick.
Oh, yeah.
Tricky.
Keep writing.
I must be a U.S. citizen to collect Social Security retirement benefits. True or false?
Now, the first time I looked at this, I was sure it was true. Really, I was. And then
I get, and that's why I said it's tricky trick.
It is.
It ain't true.
It's not. It's false. There's people in other places technically getting benefits. Yeah.
Tom got 13 of 13 correct.
Yeah, but I
with a little cheating
on a couple of them. Yeah, a little bit.
But
there's some pretty tricky ones there.
How did you do at home? Did you play along with us? Let us know. Call us on Saturday during the show at 855-935-TALK. 855-935-8255. We'll talk about it with you. Okay. Well, that was kind of fun. I learned some things today, didn't you?
I always do, Don. Thank you.
Because you listen to Talking Real Money. Thank you all for doing that. Now that we've discussed Social Security ad infinitum, how about we take a couple of quick questions from our friends at home?
Yeah, let's go to the audience. And this comes from Travis in Howell, Michigan. Apparently the moon is there. It's out a lot. Travis writes, what's the best investment for a 529 plan? I've heard age-based is the best. Can you advise?
Love age-based, love age-based, love
What does that mean?
age-based.
What does that mean?
Age-based means you have a more aggressive portfolio when your kids are younger, and it gets progressively less aggressive. It gets more conservative as time.
Okay, let's get rid of the labels.
By.
What does that mean, more conservative?
Okay, it means you're going to have more stocks in the beginning. You're going to have more bonds as you get closer to the kids needing it for school, so that you don't withdraw from the portfolio you don't have as many losses on stocks during a period of really declining prices.
And
it's called a glide slope. It's called a
glide path. Glide path. That's fine.
Slope skiing.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get these for pennies. And you can get them with great funds at Utah, at West Virginia. They have the age-based plan. I've used it because it's just, then you don't have to do the work. Money goes in, somebody else figures it out, take care of it, glide path it, as you say, to the time when the kid is going to need the money. There you go.
Because it's a little different in this case than retirement. Because the plan is to use that money in a set amount of time and then to use it up. You don't have the luxury. I don't know that I'd call it a luxury. I don't know what I'd call it, of knowing exactly when you're going to die so that you can plan to use up your assets in retirement. So you can adjust your aggressiveness depending on your tolerance. But with your kids, it really should be more conservative as you get to the point of paying for school.
You're going to need to pull the money out, definitely. And by the way, another thing to remember about 529s, recent changes have made it now possible for the last $35,000 to go into a Roth IRA for that young person. So something to keep a track of there.
Which is one heck of a deal. You can get a
really
20-something to start with $35,000 in an IRA. It's almost like they don't have to do anything else if they invest it right.
But don't tell them that. Come on.
Oh, okay.
This is
Don't tell the kids. Can somebody please plug the kids' ears in the back seat? Okay, what else you got?
Cheesecake. Maria writes us from Lincoln, Nebraska. Dear Tom and Don, thanks for the podcast. Very informative and entertaining. In a recent episode, you mentioned brokered CDs. Can you explain the fees involved in buying and then later redeeming these CDs? On the TD Ameritrade side, it says, quote, when acting as principal, we will add a markup of $1 per bond or CD to any purchase or subtract a markdown of $1 per bond or CD from every sale.
That's it.
What the heck's that mean?
That means
$1 out of the whole purchase?
That's right. Per
That's not a whole
unit,
lot of money.
Per unit. What $1,000 units usually.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well,
so it's $1. Yeah.
1/10 of 1%.
It's basically a
small.
spread. They're marking up or marking down.
Because a brokered CD only means that somebody else is selling that CD for the institution.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the institution says, we want you, TD, we want you, Schwab, we want you, Fidelity, to raise, we need $100 million deposited. Here's a big old stack of CDs. Can you please sell those to your clients? And Schwab goes, sure. That's when in aggregate, when we add all that up, $1 here and $1 there, and pretty soon you're talking real money.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future, so past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Apella Capital, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. Are we done now?